Welcome to the Eat, Sleep, Chelsea Repeat podcast. This is episode 177. Chelsea hit a new low. I'm Craig and I'm joined by my brother Chris and our good friend Brady. We did say we would be back regardless of the result. That's the end tagline. And we're here.
Very much regardless of the result. And let's regard the last six results because they've been absolutely abysmal. And this last one was the cherry on the top of what has been a complete mess since basically the beginning of March. So
we did score a goal.
Let's talk. And it was a we'll get onto it. It was a great goal, but it wasn't really.
I didn't actually watch this game. I was on weirdly, my flight was timed. It saved me from it. I was coming from a stag do in Italy. And the moment we landed, the lads in front of me went, "Oh my God, 3-0." And I was thinking, is that because they're so shocked that Chelsea has scored 3 goals or Chelsea have been done 3-0? And unfortunately, it was the latter. And I put a foot mob on. And yeah, it was a bit, just coming back from a stag do where you're a bit tired and then Chelsea do that to you. Not fun, I have to say.
Terrible. And also booking a flight for during the game. Awful.
I mean, I'm not being funny, mate. If Chelsea are on the beach, so am I, yeah? If they're not going to bother, why should I bother? I mean, I'm not being, I spent a lot of money. Don't even get loyalty points from this club. I've done about £500-600 buying a ticket to you guys don't have season ticket holders. Don't even get loyalty points. And they're putting out this rubbish. 1 goal in 6 games. Worst run since 1993. Darren Barnard vibes. Unbelievable. Like, 93, we haven't been this bad. Ben Arnold was coach.
Let's briefly talk about the game. So Chelsea obviously lost the game 3-1 to Forest. Expected goals are 2.15 for Chelsea to 2.05 for Nottingham Forest. Continuing the theme of being high on the expected points table and low in the actual results of the game. 21 shots for Chelsea, just 6 for Nottingham Forest. 3 big chances, all resulted in goals for Nottingham Forest. Very clinical opponents, as has been the case over the last 6 games. 2 big chances for Chelsea, 1 missed. Obviously, that was the penalty for Cole Palmer. Any likes at all from the game? I don't have any. Anyone else got
I've got one. It's nice to see Levi Colwill playing. A long time.
That's a good one. That's a positive.
I mean, to be honest, it's an absolute. I'm going to talk about this just throughout. I probably Liam Tooney did a fantastic 15 things that are unacceptable at Chelsea, and they're all bang on. And one of them is that you've got a Cobham Academy graduate and a Fulham free signing after all the centre backs, investment that we've made. Got Howe on the bench, Fana on the bench. Colwill's injured.
I have no idea. Sorry, just how Fafana's not starting that game. I mean, that's obviously.
But it just shows you where we're at. Really, he's like playing tossing. It's just like. I know he's a.
Does anyone think that Tossin's a better player than Fofana?
No, of course not. But he's played him. It's the classic. He's played him in the semi-final to deal with Calvert-Lewin, and he's given him the gimme. Like, I'll give you another one because you played well. I doubt he'll start at Anfield. He'll bring Fofana in, I think. So I might just start Colwill, give him an hour, and play him in the cup final. You might as well. Like.
Well, you need games. You need minutes to
Colwill, obviously.
Well, you gave him 45 minutes from the off. Not being that careful.
He's been playing under 21, right?
So they weren't that careful. I mean, if they're careful, they're giving him 10 minutes.
They'll want to play him against City, Colwill. They will want to play him against City. So yeah, it's just whatever.
I'll give him an hour against Liverpool personally.
Yeah. Might happen. Might be right.
Yeah.
See what Cal says.
Chris, any likes for you?
Can't think of any.
Craig, were you one of the Warriors at the end? Craig, you went to the game, right? Were you one of the Warriors at the end who stuck it out? Did you stick it out?
I clapped the team off at the final whistle. I sticked it out right to the end. I mean, I was saying to my friend, you can't beat the rush. There's like 60% of the ground had left.
Your medal's in the post, mate.
Thank you very much. Not what I do it for, but thanks.
Clap them off, definitely.
I enjoyed. Obviously, we sit right by the away fans.
You saw that João Pedro screamer in person.
It was a massive. To be honest, it was a massive result for Forest. I forgot. I didn't really look at the table down there in terms of like points for them, but it was they sort of semi-written off this game probably, and just sort of thought we've got to put everything into the last three. We'll write this game off, but obviously we've got a chance to make the Champions League if we beat Villa and they're 1-0 up from the first leg on Thursday night and then win the final. So you can understand why they rested players. But yeah, they just got a monumental result. I mean, their fans were going berserk. Their fans were amazing, by the way, throughout the game. They were obviously, you score a goal after in the second minute of the game, and the first 15 minutes you're the better team by a mile. This obviously gets you the juices flowing. But yeah, they were. you got to say the Forest fans absolutely fantastic and thoroughly enjoyed their win, which obviously was a little bit fortunate, maybe in flattering the result, but they'll take it. Right, let's go to dislikes. Chris, we'll come to you first. What have you got for me?
I mean, where to start with this? I mean, the game is dead in 15 minutes. I mean, it's absolutely unbelievable. It's another game conceding the first goal. I mean, they didn't even have to really try. I mean, they basically played us off the park and then just sort of counted us for the rest of the game. So obviously the stats look really misleading with the shots because they weren't even really trying.
I think that's why
I've got to say, I mean, they weren't after 2-0. They weren't exactly pushing to go forward. They were just sort of sat in their shape and waiting. Don't think there was any need to do anything. Just sort of zipping the ball around. I mean, yeah. No, I think dislike for me is like. There's just I've noticed this in the first game of the season as well against Palace. There's just no urgency with this team to do anything ever. Like they're slow at taking throw-ins, they're slow at taking free kicks, they're slow at goal kicks. Like they're just slow with the ball. Where's the energy? Where's the commitment to winning a football match? We've all played football. You get on the pitch, no one wants to lose, but these guys look like they don't care. 2-0.
The
game's dead, basically, and they're just sort of.
It doesn't matter. There's
and then only when João Pedro scores at the end, suddenly they're all rushing to take corners. Like, it's the 93rd minute, lads. Where was this?
It's a disgrace, but
sprinting to.
They will have a go.
I think it comes down to poor management, right? Like, I know Chris is talking about the start of the season. I didn't see it as much under Maresca, but since the turn of the year.
It's not poor management. It's manager turnover. That's what it is. It is.
That comes from the top, and I was thinking, because I didn't really give much thought to this appointment. McFarlane coming in. Whatever. There's only a few games left. The season's basically done. Obviously, that Brighton game was depressing, and sort of that was the end of the season, really. Even though there are a few games left, but actually, I think they could have done with a real someone to come in.
Who would they got, Craig?
But I'm thinking not obviously
Igor Tudor?
Yeah, exactly. Someone exactly like that. Yes,
Igor Tudor.
Someone just to tell them, you guys need to start working your socks off on the pitch, because they got outrun by this Forest backup team. It was absolutely embarrassing the first 15 minutes of this game. Fair enough, Chelsea stepped up and played better for the rest of the game, but the first 15 minutes of this game was absolutely embarrassing. The levels of effort in the press, we're only playing once a week now. The excuses are completely gone for you save yourself for the Champions League, we're playing 3 games a week, Club World Cup. You've had a week off and there's no high press. Forest are literally just pinging it about the first 5 minutes. I mean, you want to come out as a home team in every game. One of the really massive things that frustrates me when you see any team, and we used to be so good at this under Tuchel, and we've been bad at it under other managers previously, but coming out in the first 15 minutes of the game and trying to impose yourself at home on the other team, and that starts with the press. And they were playing the ball out of the back, and there was no press at all, and that's in the first 15 minutes of the game after a week off. So no, it's not about the players necessarily.
Well, it is, because they press for it.
No, but that is tactical. So, unless they've been told to press high and they're just not bothering, which just isn't true.
I think there is a bit of that.
No way, no. They were not set up to press high from goal kicks.
A lot of these Mickey Mouse managers do mid block, don't they?
That's exactly what we saw, just a mid block, with some sort of Mickey Mouse team. We're like an academy team, which is what McFarlane is. He's an academy coach, right? You set up in a mid block, it's safe, right? It's not what we want to watch, and especially not now where this is a chance to like blood some young players and like get them out. And you're making fun of it like Igor Tudor, but yes, that's like literally exactly.
Does he play? He's mid-blocking.
No, but is it someone to come in and tell these guys?
Yeah, but it's time to Lampard. It's time to Lampard came in after Potter. And he basically said this. I know this was like 3 seasons ago, but he was saying like they're not working hard enough. Like he's seen stuff like this was never when I was here. Like they're just messing around. Like it's not serious. And like you can see when they come out, like they're not. It's not a serious outfit. Like the whole thing is just so amateur.
Maresca, by the way,
like we deserve to be where we are.
It's not coaching. Maresca got a tune out of these guys. They came out and pressed early in games. I mean, Palace is a bad example because obviously we had a weak pre-season, and that's not a great example of our play under Maresca. There's been games, even in big games at home, where we've come out and pressed the other team high and been organised.
So what's your dislike, Craig, in a nutshell?
That was my one.
That was.
What's your dislike, Craig?
I've got to get my notes up, so I keep forgetting my likes and dislikes. But I will.
Craig's on the beach here.
When I come back,
get your notes out.
Unbelievable.
I never even open it on my desktop anymore. Right.
Let's talk. No wonder the team can't perform.
Let's talk about the.
Well, what about my dislike?
Oh yeah, sorry. Let's go.
You're all over the shop here.
Yeah, I know.
Right.
Let's go.
Well, it's Chelsea soap opera. West Enders, I'm going to call them. Just like 2 manager sackings, senior players flirting with other clubs, a 4-year ban for Mudryk, Abramovich 10 mil fine, protests, breaking records for the wrong reasons. Yeah. I said it from the start. They shouldn't have sacked Tuchel as soon as they did. The issue we have is we just sack managers too quick, or they want to leave. So just need some stability. Whoever we get, other than Marco Silva, don't want him. But other than that, out of the candidates, even like a Xavi would be in, I don't like him. But just give him 2 years, whatever happens, I think. Because we need that. And that's the reason why Maresca was the most successful, because he stayed the longest, and he ended up quitting. But the longer you give a manager, look at Arteta. I mean, he was on the brink of being sacked by Arsenal so many times. Like first 2-3 years, I remember him going about 5-6 times. Look what's happened. They're like a proper team now. Like you need to build this structure of the structure is rigid and high manager turnover. That Danny Finkelstein, didn't he say that like the data says that managers don't matter? Absolute bullshit in the Premier League.
It was completely taken out of context.
Yeah, but he said it though, didn't he? What
he
Danny
didn't say exactly that. No.
What did he say then? What did he say?
Managers aren't as important.
Well, I completely disagree with that. I think
managers aren't as important as the players. You think managers are more important than the players?
We've got a 4-year data sample now, and I've been saying on all the podcasts that this lot are all about data. Got a big sample now. What's the biggest thing that's happened? High manager turnover. Like, okay, yeah, they wanted to get rid of the old squad, whatever, fine. But they've had, 4 or 5 managers now in 5 years? Just gone through them all. More hot managers and hot dinners. You just need to give a manager 2 years, whatever happens.
Well, I think this sporting structure has had 2 full-time managers, right?
No, Craig. You always say that. It's just rubbish to say that. They sacked Tuchel and they hired Potter. They hired Pochettino. They've had 4 hires, Craig. 4 hires.
Since the sporting director.
Potter.
He wasn't hired by the sporting director.
Craig, it doesn't matter about sporting director. It's about the club. Clear Lake Blue Claw. Clear Lake Blue Claw, right?
Sure, but that isn't
Potter.
Yeah.
Of course they count. Who says they can't count?
So since the sporting structure has been in place, so since they've hired the people to run the club, the sporting director.
3 hires.
They've made 2 hires. Who's
no,
the third?
Poch. They were there for Poch.
Poch and Maresca, yeah.
No, and Rossini, what he doesn't count.
I don't think Rossini would count as a hire.
You don't count him. They gave him a 6-year deal. You are going mad. You're not going to count him.
So the 6-year contract. Let me just explain, because I know Matt Law posted about the 5.5 6-year contract.
You can't say he wasn't a hire. They hired him full time.
how the contracts
No,
work.
he was hired at the beginning of January. He's a hire.
Sure,
Craig,
so
he was hired as an interim.
So just let me speak, and I can explain
Craig,
to you because
I
you don't
agree
understand.
with what you're going to say, because you're going to just talk like waffle basically. He was.
No, I'm going to tell you the facts. I'm going to tell you the facts of how contracts are structured.
Was he a full-time hire? Yes or no?
He was given a 6-year contract.
Did they say? Was he an interim? Yes or no?
Yes.
No. How was it? No,
because of
he
how
would
the
have been
contract
named
is
as interim.
structured. Because of how. So if you let me actually speak, I'll explain it to you.
No,
can I get a chance to?
Because it's not right.
Let me.
You could say Pochettino was an interim coach because they had an option to get rid of him as well.
No, they had no option to get rid of him without compensation. No.
How do you know all these contracts? How do you know all these contracts?
So this was all widely reported when the contract was even signed. So always in these situations, the management in this spot will always protect for upside, right? So you'll give them the long-term contract because then they have no negotiating power. They've done this with the players as well. 8-year contracts. You get a long contract in place, but with all parameters that are in favour.
Just was he full-time or not?
Can you just let me speak? Because I think it is important people understand this because you clearly don't, and a lot of people don't as well. Like Matt Law reports on Chelsea every day. He just blurts out 6-year contract. And as if like the plan is when you hand out a 6-year contract that means that they have to stay for 6 years, otherwise it's a failure.
Obviously not.
So yeah, that's not how it works. And the same with 8-year contracts, it protects for the upside of the player, right? So if you hand out,
wasn't it the same as Maresca? They gave Maresca 5 years, right? So how's it different to Rossini?
So in Maresca's contract was baked in a 2-year review. So because 2 years compared to 6 months. Rossini had 6 months where if he finished outside the Champions League places, he could be fired for free. So that is obviously not a contract that would be given. Maresca wouldn't even have accepted that contract.
But he was a hire by them, right?
Sure. I mean, you can obviously the debate for this is like not of massive interest. I'm explaining to you why I would not count Rossini as a full-time hire.
You're telling me they've made 2 hires when they've made 3. That's quite a big difference. That's 33%.
Yeah, I don't think you can say Rossini wasn't high when he was there for half the season and he managed Champions League.
He managed, I think, 20 games, right?
Yeah, he was signed in January to manage the club for half the season.
Yeah, for at least.
And let's be clear. Let's be clear with Rossini.
That's not a full-time hire.
He deliberately came in after all the difficult games had ended. So his first game was that Charlton game, and then we had that Mickey Mouse run in February.
To give you the upside hire of this, so let's say you do hire Rossini let's say you want to hire Rossini on an interim basis, but you do just give him a 6-month contract. Now, where's your leverage when he goes and finishes third, which was part of our potential outcomes when he took over? We were like 3 points off third place or whatever. Now you've got to renegotiate.
I understand what you're saying,
and you have no
leverage. You have to call him a hire. You have to call him a hire. They hired him in-house.
From the objective purposes of a conversation, sure, you can call him a hire, but it's clear from anyone analysing the contract.
They hired him on a contract.
He was an interim hire, but discard as a long-term contract.
I wouldn't call McFarlane a hire, but he's there, isn't he?
No, of course, yeah. Of course,
yeah. But Rossini is clearly someone they've chosen because they saw something in him that he may have been there long term, right? So he's high.
For sure, there was a ceiling attached to Rossini, which is why they gave him that.
So if I have work tomorrow, if I have someone a 6-month probation period, but I give him a 6-month contract, that's not a hire for me.
Let's say if you wanted to hire someone, and
you're talking about a probationary period, Craig. That's
exactly, yeah. You're talking about
every work contract in the world,
but. No, but in workplaces, the average contract isn't like 17 months, which is what it is in Premier League management. Like, there's a complete
forever,
hiring cycle.
Yeah, but every job has a probationary period, right?
Exactly, but in real-term management, that doesn't exist, right? You don't have a probation. When you hire like Xabi, he hasn't got 1 month probation, has he? Like that doesn't exist.
Well, you're saying it was seen there in a 6-month probation. That's what you're saying.
Exactly, which is unusual, which is why I wouldn't consider him a hire. Whereas when we make a full-time hire in the summer, like Xabi Alonso or Cesc Fabregas, they're not getting a 6-month probation. They're not getting till Christmas and then they're getting evaluated because they're a proper hire. They will be a proper hire because I know that for a fact because it won't.
But if they do lose every game till Christmas,
then they'll have to be fired, but they won't be fired for free.
But then, right in January, if they get a new manager, and we run through the same thing. You don't think that would be classified as a new hire? You'd be like, that's just
no, it's completely different because you've given him a proper contract. We didn't give Rossini a contract. We gave him an interim contract.
Where's your source for this, by the way?
You can find out that online. It's very easy. I shared it with Chris. I shared it with Chris in the WhatsApp group when he questioned it. Probably.
I don't disagree with what you're saying. I just think that you're trying to like call something else to like justify. I'm
literally looking at the facts. Those are the facts. But like, that's how I view it. Smart people in business dress things up as different things. This is what they do.
Yeah. But my point is, he came into the club and he managed quite a lot of games for us.
Sure.
And he was tragic. And they put him in place.
And by the way,
that is their fault.
Even more of a hire because he's in-house. They literally got him from the next department next door.
That's another reason.
That's literally in-house.
It was cheap.
So it's even more of a hire.
Yeah, but it was cheap.
He was a rubbish hire.
It's cheap. Your argument's getting weaker, but it's just...
Anyway,
just call him a hire.
What's your point? What's your point, Brady? They've signed 3 managers.
I just think you did. I think you just...
3.
If you had a sliding scale of Chelsea managers, the ones that have stayed the longest have been the best. Like, how would you rank the Blue Co managers? So, I'd probably go Maresca.
Yeah, but is that correlation or causation?
Too clever for me, mate.
Well, obviously, the more successful you are, the more likely you are to.
Maresca, Poch, Rosinia, Potter. That's how I'd do it. Or interchange the two, whatever. Sure. Potter and Rosinia, right? Whatever.
Yeah.
So, and Maresca will have the longest time. So,
but as in, obviously, you'll get longer if you're successful, right? How Football Manager works is that if you're not successful, you're going to get fired.
Yeah, I get that, but
I didn't always used to be the case, though.
No, but these days it is. Like I said, I think the average Premier League manager gets 17.
Chelsea have got to go against the buck. Whatever happens, they've just got to give a guy 2 years. Whatever happens.
I agree.
I think they absolutely will. They completely intended to give Maresca 2 years. That was his probation period. That was his set review period.
Probation period. That's brutal.
I think they need to get rid of this rubbish structure of. I think they need to. For me, I just get a manager.
Structure of what? Sorry, finish that sentence. I'm curious.
Of people being above the manager in terms of the hierarchy of decision making. I think put the manager further up, give the power back to the manager, back the manager, and go 2 years, like Brady said, and make a decision on the manager much later, and whatever it takes, yeah. Keep the manager. They messed up with Maresca. They didn't put enough effort into keeping him.
A good example is Slot. Chelsea would sack Slot this summer, right?
Yeah.
If they got him, definitely. Almost 100%, right?
But they operate the same way with the players. Like the players do the same. If you're not good enough after like a year or two, they'll throw you out. I don't understand that. Like you have to let these guys develop if they're 22 to 27, 28. Then you'll see if they're any good or not. And it's like, well, okay, well, we've only got a small sample size, but we're not going to get anywhere doing that.
They moved on too quickly from.
I think we'll never know because most of them never play. I mean,
just give me all the people that have left. A couple of names off the top of your head. Just who have they moved on too quickly from?
Well, I think Madueke for one. I'm not saying I wanted to keep him, but like he would have been a good example. I didn't want to stay.
Madueke from you.
No, listen to me though. Listen to me. I didn't want him to stay, but if they had anything about them, these guys, they back themselves and keep a lot of these guys.
That's not.
Actually,
that's just like compelling.
It is. No. But they're all mistakes because they get rid of them so quickly.
No, they're not all mistakes.
Yeah, they are. I mean, who's actually? I mean, look at this team here. How many people need to be changed in this team now?
What
also another thing.
People want.
They've got to start paying the managers proper money.
People want Gusto out. They want both the goalies out. Chalobah out. Tosin out. Badiashile out. Disasi out. You want Cucurella out maybe. Hato can stay. Lavia you want out. Brady wants Santos out early in the season. Enzo wants to leave. Like, what is going on with this team? They just want to hack everyone out.
So I think that's part of obviously signing a lot of players.
Crazy.
The model that they've taken is that there's a lot of outs, which some people.
I think we can clearly say that the model and the structure has to change now. Like. It has to be adjusted. They're talking about tweaking it. They need to beyond tweaking it now. Like it's been 4 years sample size. It isn't working, and you can't blame it on Abramovich anymore. You can't blame it on legacy stuff. They've had 2 or 3 clean seasons, and they are massively underachieving on the pitch. Let's have it right. Club World Cup, we got a gimme run, and then Maresca is a good coach on one-on-one games, and he done Enrique. That's it. Same with the FA Cup run this year. Gimme run, and we're in the final. This year, 2-1 against Liverpool.
And McFarlane is a good coach, and he's going to do Pep.
Yeah, but Esteval last minute, Liverpool pony this year. Do you know what I mean? When you look at like our actual achievements, we got top 4 last year. All right, well, top 4 was good last year. That was a good achievement under Maresca. Like, I rate that a lot. He did well, and like he had a dip.
The end of the season last season was really good and really impressive.
Yeah, he had a dip, and look, and then look like we're forever Maresca left, but obviously he didn't feel like he could work within the structure.
It's to do with the medical team mostly, I think.
Well, yeah, but like. And then Man City come calling, and like, you know, he probably asked for a pay rise or asked for some assurance. They're like, no, we're going to wait 6 months, like we agreed. So he left. So
I think I can understand from their point of view why him hiring a new agent and telling them they're speaking to Man City like 3 months after winning the Club World Cup and like 16 months into him being hired, why that would annoy them. I think that's pretty straightforward to understand, I think
it was a bit more than that, though. But like maybe he just... If it's hard for him to be like, all right, I'm off.
Especially when you're like... the medical team is like... I know that the guy that's been hired from the FA, the medical team, like Australian guy, he's like a super nice guy. I've seen an interview with him, like falling out with the medical team is such a rubbish thing to do as a manager. Like, I think you've got to accept from Maresca's point of as Maresca. By the way, this is supposed to be like player temps, isn't it? But like Maresca, like
this is what people want to hear.
He has to take some responsibility for how things
100%.
Well, personal relationships in a workplace, people you have to deal with on a day-to-day. They're in meetings before games, things like that. Like you can't just like.
I'll give you a workplace example. Let's say that you've got a manager, you work in workplace, Chris, and you've got a really good employee, and they're like, right, another company's sniffing around. Like, if you want to keep them, you've got to make them offer on assurances, right? If you've got someone who's good, and like, I'm actually looking at another company and they've offered me X. You match it or they go. That's how employment works. So it's literally, they were like, well, no, your month review is at the end of the season. And it probably felt like a long season for him because it was already going bad. He got 1 win in his last 7. The Wolves are coming off a bit. He probably thought, well, I'm not going to stick around then. If they went to him, right, no, we'll give you a pay rise now, or you'll definitely get a pay rise in the summer or whatever, and they just, a little bit of leniency, a little bit of promises, he probably would have stayed. Like, he might have left in the summer. He might have left in the summer anyway.
They did insurances, though. I'm pretty sure they didn't want to.
Well, why wouldn't you want to get insurances? Like, they literally, Craig, off the back of the Club World Cup, all the sporting directors and all of them got an extension.
I think
World Cup, the
I think mostly because the results were so bad. I mean, if we go,
who won the Club World Cup for Chelsea? Maresca, right?
The final, 100%.
Like, let's have it right. Like, he won it, like not single-handedly, but he done Enrique basically. So
he is unbelievable coach tactically. But if I'm just going to bring up the results from the end of December, start of January, which is when he was.
But I don't blame him for any. I don't blame him. I said this at the time. I didn't blame him for the players were not good enough, or he didn't get the people he wanted.
And looking at it, I said at the time we shouldn't have got it, but maybe we should have got one. Yeah, I looked at it. I thought we should. Maybe that was a mistake. Like I said at the time, we shouldn't go for a centre back, but maybe we should have just to appease him.
I think definitely that was a mistake.
Like, I don't think we should have gone for Bastoni 100 million. But maybe they should have just got. I don't know who you get to. I can't think of a name. But
I think that was the problem. Obviously, can't think.
But maybe it's like you just get him one.
Yeah, exactly.
Just to appease him, like just like we've got your 28-year-old. I don't know, like toss in 2 or whatever. I don't know, whatever. Just somebody.
Hopefully a bit better than toss him, but
Yeah, but you know what I mean.
But I totally agree. And look, I think he has a right to feel a bit let down with that part of.
You can't. He did quit Maresca, and I don't like he didn't do his last presser. That's very unprofessional. But like I say, in the workplace, if you've got an elite employee, which Maresca probably thought he was, and
he's clearly very arrogant, Maresca. I mean, that came across.
And Pep is saying that he's next, basically.
But you've got to show these guys. You've got to show these guys love. Like Pep, he's been treated like the king of Man City. Like Fabregas has been treated like the king of Como. Like all these guys who are doing well in these clubs, they're being treated like Ariola and like Glasner to a point, right? Like Glasner to a point. These guys are treated like royalty in their clubs. Like these guys are what we're all about. This is who we're going to be.
I mean, imagine you're Oscar and you've got like Win Stanley and Stewart going, I think you should do these subs, and I think you should have rotated.
We don't know
that. Yeah, no, Craig, you'd be like, fuck off. You would be like, fuck off.
I definitely would be, but I don't think that's happening.
What happened then? What happened when whatever that was, and he got asked about Malo Gusto at Everton, and then he went, "Oh, this has been the worst 48 hours in my." Just out of nowhere, like he was fine.
That
and
was
then
to do with the medical team.
I don't think it was. I don't think it would be just that. It had to be something else.
No,
they've had a word with him.
That was
would have been a lot of different things.
They've had a word with him and gone, "Wind your neck in, son." Basically, like this is the structure
to do with him about the players.
It's a very serious business.
Sorry?
Right, let's get on to players. Let's do temps.
Yeah, let's do some temps.
That's way more interesting than temps.
Temps for this game is
right. I didn't go to this game, so I'm going to take over temps for this. So because there's no point in me putting a freezer in, other than Gusto's obviously in the freezer. And
so what did we? I'll go first. Then
I'll come back. Freezer.
Ice cold.
He's made it in, has he?
Ice cold Palmer. I've got a stat for you. Try and research. Here we go. Chelsea in the Premier League this season, with Cole Palmer in the starting 11, 24% win rate and an average of 1.29 goals scored. Without Cole Palmer, 57% win rate and an average of 1.93 goals scored. What has happened to this guy? I'll tell you what. That first season, if you remove the first season, because it was actually a bit of an anomaly, his ability to affect the game has completely dried up. He can't seem to beat a man. I mean, who was he up against in this game? At left back. Who's this guy at left back? Metz. I mean, he had him on strings. It was actually embarrassing to watch. I felt sorry for him a little bit. And I think he just needs to, I don't know, get a holiday or something and get out, because he looks absolutely washed at the moment. He can barely shoot. His decision-making is horrendous. He was in and around the box. His shots were pathetic. He had one right-footed shot, which was straight at the goalie. But he was taking on shots when he should have been passing. He just looks like a bit of a loner out there as well when he was playing right wing. There was no one around him. God, this guy is looking really bad. And obviously the penalty, it was a savable penalty in terms of where he put it. It wasn't right in the corner as it needed to be. He just looks a bit off it. Like just everything about him. Hopefully he comes back next season a bit better with new coach, probably some new signings. I hope. But yeah, we've got cup final, and he usually does well in finals. So let's hope he can turn up in that, because in the league he is absolutely dreadful, unfortunately.
So Chris, you were quite keen for him. I know we had a chat about tactics in the summer, and you were quite keen for him to move back to right wing. I know the people behind me in the shed end were absolutely baffled why he was actually playing out wide on the right. I think.
Well, I think you know why, don't you?
It doesn't suit him. No, but it doesn't suit very well.
You know why though? You know why he's playing there, don't you?
Because all our players are injured. There, yeah.
No, that's not it. So what's his best position?
10.
Right, who's playing there?
Enzo at the moment. Yeah.
How much did he cost?
I think. Just quickly.
That's the reality.
Because I know that he was really pushing for Palmer to move back to right wing.
Sorry, I think Palmer in the 4-2-2-2,
because it's a difficult tactical setup. Under Poch, he was the main man, and the way Poch did it was he basically was a right 10, right? Like he was never like touchline hugging under Poch ever.
No,
he was a
right. What he's doing
so he's never been a winger ever under Chelsea.
No, but that's what Chris was plugging.
No, I wasn't. I was saying 4-3-3.
He was going back to he'd go back to the Poch system. Or
So we need to. Who's providing the width then in
the right back,
isn't it?
Sorry.
The right back.
The right back. Yeah, but so where's Reece James playing then?
He's never playing
somewhere else.
He's on the bench.
Just confused.
Sorry, Gusto's available. He's there. He'll be on the right wing.
Down the right.
You don't have to play Palmer every time. Like, it varies it up. Look, I think either Fernandes or Palmer's probably got to go. To be honest, because in the same team,
Well,
they're no good.
I know which one's going.
Yeah, but they occupy the same positions. They box crash at the same time, and that's it. Yeah.
I mean, his touches. Is he getting any touches in the box, Palmer, in this game? I mean, what's he doing? I mean, he had the penalty.
This is the problem, and why I don't like him at right wing is because he just gets so isolated out there, and then you end up just not influencing the game enough. Like he needs to be in and around the box and influencing the game. I've no idea this structure.
But he can move into the box.
I don't talk too much about McFarlane's tactics in this game, but obviously, like he ended up, especially in the start of the first half, providing the width on the right hand side.
You can't feel from
have a little spine about him. Go in the box. Go and win the game. Disobey the command. Try and do something. He's standing on the right wing like a loser. Like, what's he doing? He's 2-0 down. He's just standing out there like, have something about you, mate. Like, come on. Have a chat with McFarlane. Say, look,
he is one
get me in the box, boy.
Who I don't know if he's going to the World Cup or not. I guess he is. I don't know. But I guess he is.
I don't know.
He probably is because he's been in the friendlies and that. He'll probably make it, just about. Because I think Foden's not been playing at all, so I doubt he'll make it.
Well, yeah, who's going to play? You can't play Foden. Like, Rodgers has been absolutely horrendous.
I don't know. Maybe. I think Palmer will go because Tuchel just loves Chelsea players, to be honest. He just loves Chelsea, genuinely. So, like, he'll just go. That's why Reece James will go as well, because even though he hasn't been playing recently. But, like, Cole is the number one who like needs a summer off, like as in, or he won't get a summer off, but like he needs an actual like month, 6-week break because like he has been wrong this whole season. He wanted they all want after the Club World Cup. I mean, look, you got Club World Cup, Cole Palmer, and this season it's like night and day. The man just needs a break of him. Like I just think he's playing injured. Getting any feelings.
From what? He's not. What's he even doing? Like doing nothing every week.
Yeah, but he had that condition. He had that condition. I don't know what it was called. But
then he came out like 2 months ago. I'm back to my best when he's
saying that though. I don't think he's. It's like it's when you're already having a bad season
to watch as well. You don't have to listen just to the press conferences.
Like I just think he clearly needs a summer off, and like. We'll just all be hoping that look. You could be right, Chris. Like he could have just peaked really early.
I mean, he literally just took 2 games off, didn't he? Because he was injured again.
Yeah, like
was he?
Yeah.
Well, he said it, but that was the whole receiver.
I do go personally say Cole Palmer is because I know Jack who comes on the pod sometimes says that he thinks that Palmer maybe is a bit overrated, like a little bit, like where he's just
hugely overrated. Yeah.
Maybe like it was just a massive breakout season and he's just slowly going to decline. But obviously, as Chelsea fans, because he's a star man, although Joe Pedro's starting to think about taking that, we hope that Jack's wrong and like he comes back next year and it's Cole Palmer again. But
I think he's the thing about him is like he's still like a really good footballer. You can see that when he plays. He's very skillful and his awareness is part of all stuff, but. There's an arrogance to him that's completely gone. Like he used to have a bit of a swag about him. He's got nothing. He's just like I don't know, like that whole thing under Maresca where he was like dropping into like the back four and like getting the ball and like running the game.
It's to do with tactics, though, isn't it? Like I know Chris, you hated that when he used to drop back and get the ball.
Yeah, because he's never in the box, and now he's right wing, and
that's really important.
Never in the box as well.
You see, Arsenal do the exact same thing with Odegaard. City do the exact same thing with Bernardo Silva. Well, they drop and play, as part of the build-up, and that's what
Bernardo Silva's playing in 6, though. That's completely different.
Teams do. They get their good players on the ball in deep positions in build-up, and that really helps.
He's playing there because he's not quick.
Games like you look back to Brighton game, you couldn't even get out of a half in build-up. Like it just can't even get out of a half. It's just like absolutely shocking. So anyway, look, obviously tactically we are abysmal at the moment. That's not surprising. We've got like a really bad manager or like a youth team coach basically managing.
Quick one on Chalobah, Chris. Easy ever one, very quickly.
I mean, he's just absolutely dreadful every time I watch him. Again, for the goal. Where is he for the goal? Like, there's only one guy to mark in the box, and he's about 3-4 yards off him.
Farland said we threw him under the bus, by the way, post-game. He said we worked a lot on their 9 peeling to the back post.
I mean, between him and Gusto, like this is what I was saying this season. Like, I know you guys were sort of big on the team, whatever, but like when the team is rotated, because all these guys who they signed are completely useless, staying fit, who they want to play in the positions. You get these clowns coming in who play, and they will give chances and goals away like this. Like that is an easy header out for a normal centre-back. He's clueless, and Gusto is even more clueless that he can't even sense the danger. Like where is the?
He can't even compete. I mean, he's so small and slight. I mean,
but you can just barge him a bit or something. I mean, pull in his shirt in the next one. I mean, it's absolutely crazy what he was up to.
He's like, I've got to compete better, and then he just does that. Yeah.
You'll never do anything. We'll never do anything with this defender, like these guys playing in defence ever.
I asked you guys on a podcast 5 weeks ago about this guy Romeo Lavia, and I said I'm not sure.
5, not 4 weeks.
I'm not sure what he's doing on the pitch. I'm not sure why you guys are like so excited
minute
about
of the
him
5 weeks.
I'm not sure what you guys.
What exact
so
minute?
About.
I want a timestamp. Yeah.
I want to know what I'm missing. Like what?
I told you what you're missing.
What is he?
I told you at Wembley.
Good at.
I told you at Wembley.
What is he doing on the pitch that's good?
He can turn on the sequence, and if Palmer's in the 10, he basically can get it through the line super quick.
His passing is so good.
And he can pass essentially what I call at like 45-degree angles. So if he's here,
these orange numbers on FOTMob. Yeah,
hasn't been great this year.
He hasn't seen a green number. I mean, Port Vale at home, he scrapes a green, a 7.0 when we win 7-0 against the bottom of League 2. I mean, are you guys? I don't know what people.
What do you want him to do? Sorry, what do you want him to be doing?
The last time, look at all these.
What do you want him to be doing?
So,
what do you want him to be doing?
Midfield for Chelsea. I want him to be running the show out there. I want him. He's a £50 million player.
What does that mean though?
He's 22 years old. He's not a kid. He's not Esteval. He's not 18.
What does that mean?
He's out there. I want him running the show in centre mid. He's out there yesterday. Can I tell you? He's out there yesterday against. Let me just look these guys up. He's up there against Ryan Yates and some guy called Nicolas Dominguez, who's 27 from Argentina. I never heard of him. He's played. He's played like a couple of times for like he's running out in the Europa League for Forest. Like, well, who are these guys? They're nobodies. Like, what is he doing?
I don't understand.
He was getting absolute dog's abuse yesterday, Romeo Lavia, from the people behind me because he's picking the ball up and passing it backwards. Like, what is he doing out there? I've no idea. And this guy Santos, by the way, who Chris was raving about pre-season, and I think he's played quite well this season. He's doing all right. Like, why can't he play these games? Why do we need Moises Caicedo and Romeo Lavia lining up against Forest's B team at home? Like, what we don't need them. They're just playing a double pivot, sitting in there in the middle with 3 defenders behind them. We're getting the ball in midfield, looking up, and there's a sea of 11 Forest players, and we've just got 5 players in our own centre circle.
Yeah. So when he passes it out to Derry, what are you expecting at that point?
I'm expecting other players to be occupying forward positions so we get one-on-ones on the wing. We've seen it all modern managers. I know people are so stuck in the 90s with fullbacks and double pivots. Watch other teams play. Watch Nico O'Reilly play for Man City last night. He's playing fullback for them. Watch the positions he's in. Watch the positions that Arsenal get in with their fullbacks. They're playing centre-backs at fullbacks. Watch where they go on the pitch. We're sat here like we're playing like the peak 1995 football with 2 DMs sat there. We're home to Forest. And one of them is Romeo Lavia.
That's not his job.
When was the last time Romeo Lavia got a goal or an assist in a game?
That isn't his.
What is his game?
He's a good
passer that doesn't get assists. I don't get it.
Do you remember when you used to watch Jorginho and you were like, "Oh, this guy's insane"?
Jorginho, yeah.
Yeah. But what happens is Lavia passes the ball. Yeah. So what happens is when he gets the ball in this game and he passes it to Derry and he passes it to Enzo and he
Jorginho was
passes
our
it
top goal scorer one year.
And to Palmer, yeah. I just don't understand what you're expecting him to do. Like what, run in the box and knock it in there.
I don't know. This is.
I don't get it. You're like clueless.
Some of these players, Chris, like Garnacho, you've just got it in for. You just think everything they're doing is rubbish.
He hasn't done anything in this game.
Romeo Lavia is churning out like dog shit every week. Like, look at these ratings. Like, he's doing nothing on the pitch. Like, he's barely getting 7.0 in any of these games. Yet suddenly he deserves to be playing, and you're putting up performance like Caicedo Lavia is like the next best thing, double pivot. It looks terrible. I don't know what you're watching. You've got to tell me.
Solid as a rock.
Solid as a rock. We're conceding 3 goals every game. Like, what are we? I don't get what anyone's watching.
What goals were his fault? Sorry, in that.
Romeo Lavia. Individually his fault.
Did he pull the shirt of this forward? Did he not mark the defense? No, I genuinely know what you think is the problem.
Here, 6.41. Is this incorrect?
What did Forest create in open play?
What am I and Footmob missing? Tell us what we're missing with Lavia.
What did they create in open play?
Who?
Forest. You said that you didn't do anything, Lavia, right? What were they doing in open play?
I said he was terrible in the game, and if we just look at this lineup page here,
but that isn't he's a defensive midfielder. What do you want him to be doing? I don't get what you want him to be doing.
What do you mean?
Like he's a defensive midfielder. It's like Makalele. You're like, oh my god, Makalele.
Just to be clear, Romeo Lavia is nothing like Claude Makalele. Yeah, they play the same position. As in, they play the same position. Yeah, but they're nothing like each other on the pitch.
I didn't say they were. I said he plays the same position.
It's like him.
No, in the same position. Yeah.
Yeah.
So what were you expecting from Makalele?
Claude Makalele's interception numbers, tackles, breakups, and then look at Romeo Lavia, and that's what you're missing. He's not doing any of that. So he's not contributing from an attacking sense, and he's not contributing from a defensive sense. But he is there in centre midfield every week.
He got 3 tackles, yeah? How many did Caicedo get?
That's it.
Anyway, we can move on from Lavia. The jury's out.
Sorry, 3 tackles as well.
The jury's out.
So Caicedo had a horrible game. He was horrible.
I got a police
as well. What did Fernandes get? How did he get on?
He's got a football rating of 7.7.
Moving on. A good segue there. Warming up for Craig is Enzo Fernandez, apparently.
So one thing I love about Enzo Fernandez, so we're playing for nothing right now, out there, and he is the only person shouting at people, getting them going, running around out there, pressing players. When we were in the first 15 minutes, he's literally yelling at players. You probably can't tell on TV because they're not picking up on that, but he is yelling at people to get up the pitch and press. I've got to say, that, right? For someone who's allegedly trying to leave the club, he's the only person putting in effort. And I always go back to this Brighton game where we were down in the game at the end of the game, and he's sprinting around 3-1 down, I think we were, or whatever it was at home to Brighton. He was sprinting around the pitch. He gives absolutely everything out there. He was outstanding last week against Leeds in the cup semi, and he was brilliant again yesterday. So all I want from the players, and this is true of every single Chelsea game I've ever been to, when you're there as a fan, all you want to see is the players give everything out there. And a lot of those players that you watch, they're not giving everything out there. But Enzo Fernandez is one of the ones. And look, I think we should sell Enzo Fernandez in the summer. I don't think he's handled himself very well this season. Whatever, there's lots of criticism on Enzo or whatever. But what I will say is just watching him play for 90 minutes, he's a player that gives absolutely everything of himself, his physical ability on the pitch when he's playing out there. And I've got to give him credit for that. That's why he's warming up. Because these games mean nothing. I mean, 2-0 down to Forest after 15 minutes in a game that means, basically nothing for our season. They're not playing for anything exciting. And he's given everything. So I'll give him fair play. Fair credit to him.
Quickly moving on. Go on.
I got just on Enzo. No 0% shot accuracy. I got one tackle.
So he created the most chances in the game.
One out of 4 ground duels.
And had the most touches in the game as well.
Yeah. But he's a 10, isn't he?
Florentino Perez likes that, mate. He likes
that. Chris, tell me why these Footmob ratings are rubbish. Tell me why they're rubbish.
I just don't like the fact that you think he played well and he had no goal contributions and he basically did.
I said he tried hard.
Run around.
I said he tried.
But that's it, isn't it? That's the minimum requirement for a football player.
So just check out.
That's not warming up, is it?
No, he's warming up. He's warming up.
Running around can't be warming up.
Well, can you tell Romeo Lavia to run around?
Well, he was, mate, because he had 91% pass accuracy, so he was doing something, wasn't
Right.
Maybe we should look at Enzo.
Come on, Brady. Run temp's better.
Right.
Run
João
it.
Pedro.
Take over here. João
Pedro, quick. I mean, you got him in boiling hot, and Chris has got him warming up. Let's just all talk about him together.
Boiling hot. So João Pedro is the first. Well, he's the. I'm going to say, I'll be kind here. He's the fourth striker in his debut season in Chelsea history to hit 15 goals, league goals.
All non-pen, right?
Sorry, non-pens. Yeah, this is not non-pens only. To hit 15 goals. The other players are Diego Costa, Jimmy Floyd Hasselbank, and technically Tammy Abraham. He did have minutes in the season before that, but a very low amount of minutes, I think it was. So we'll say that was Tammy's debut season, even though technically that's not true. But for the purposes of this, so he's the fourth, technically the third, but we'll say he's the fourth. Incredible achievement. Obviously, the goal itself in this game is like one of the best goals I've seen in real life for a long time. I can't remember a better one off the top of my head. He was obviously quality against Leeds, played really well in this game as well, was obviously a toenail from having 2 goals in this game as well. But he's also someone that takes responsibility. I know after the match, he was the last one off the pitch to clap the fans. He gave his shirt to a young kid. He apologised on the post-match interview saying, we need to do better, starting with myself. I accept responsibility as well for this. We as a club need to do better. He's for someone who came in, and one of the things I think we talked about Brady when he came in, that you'd heard that he was a bit of a poor character maybe to do with Brian. I don't get that impression at all from João Pedro, by the way. I actually get the impression that
he's grown up a lot at Chelsea.
Yeah. I get the impression that he's, someone that can be, part of the leadership part of the team going forward. I think that he's a winner, João Pedro. That's what he comes across to me as. So yeah, I mean the boiling hot is obviously not necessarily really for this game, but more the season being that the fourth Chelsea player ever to get 15 non-pen goals striker is like impressive.
Yeah, he was the only one out there who looked like he got any class about him.
He'll be
very silky.
He'll be player of the season by a country mile, deservedly so.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I think now he's the only one really, isn't he?
Yeah, I mean, he's been fantastic all season. I mean, that goal in Napoli, people forget about that goal because of PSG. What a goal we scored. Napoli away. I mean, that's one that'll be in the Chelsea history books. I mean, it didn't really mean much in the end, but what a goal. The thing of him is just both feet, man. Very, very few strikers can shoot with both feet, And I said for a long time he can't be a 9. And he just proved me completely wrong. And he can hold the ball up. He can run channels. When he really impressed me when we Man United away, we went 10 men, and Maresca did all those stupid subs, and he basically had 9 defenders on the pitch in João Pedro, and he tried so hard to hold the ball up and run the channels the no without really, but yeah, easy player of the year. So.
I think you can see the nice thing about João Pedro, and obviously this summer's overall recruitment won't look necessarily amazing. Although we'll see how.
No, it'll look shit because it was shit.
Because you still get Hato, Esteval, and João Pedro, and I think those 3 players, are pretty.
Esteval was bought before that, Craig.
He was bought the year before. Yeah.
Sure, but he
was on loan.
Okay. There's 3 hires, and Esteval was bought the summer before. Okay.
Esteval played his first game for Chelsea in August of this year.
We bought him before that. You know that.
Yeah. So are you counting?
I'm counting when we signed the geezer. Great.
So Quenda coming this summer, he's not part of this summer's recruitment.
But he was signed before, wasn't he?
But he was signed in January. He was
signed a year and a half ago.
I don't remember. He was signed for quite a lot of money as well. Was he 4 or 5
million?
Does
he count? It's confusing the parameters that you use to sign. It's not when they actually sign for Chelsea.
You think that
it is when they sign for Chelsea.
You think that Rossini was a supply teacher brought in on an agency contract and it doesn't really, it's not real. Now he's crap.
You didn't. It's not my fault. That
he's not good.
We didn't really hire him. There was a clause. Not really. Do me a favour. Anyway, I'm not getting back to that. Right, that's
you didn't know it.
Right,
so I was just helping you out.
Anyway, that's that. Whatever. Right, that's that done. Around the grounds now.
All right, let's go around the grounds.
Back to you, Craig.
Yeah, let's go back. Let's go back to me. That's for the best. All right, let's go.
I handled that very well.
Right, Leeds Burnley. Leeds 3, Burnley 1.
Staying up. I mean, they look really good. They look really good.
This is what should have been a mid-table club the whole season versus a club that is obviously a relegation team. Leeds have been really good all season. Good in the stats. Really solid mid-table teams. So a good team.
Brentford 3, West Ham United 0. Oh dear, West Ham.
I mean, West Ham.
What are you doing, Brentford? What are you doing, lads? I thought West Ham quite unlucky in this.
I'm absolutely happy with West Ham going down below. I absolutely hate West Ham.
They hit more woodwork than a lumberjack in this game. They hit the bar like 4 times.
Yeah, they were very unlucky.
I mean, I'll tell you what, it does spice the title race up a bit because I know everyone thinks Arsenal is done now, but they have to beat Arsenal. It's like literally a final for them, that game.
Also, sorry, I was going to say the first goal as well. I mean, that is a foul, I think.
Yeah, unlucky. It's never a 3-0 game.
Nah. That's crazy.
Newcastle 3, Brighton 1.
Yeah. I mean, this was a pretty decent win. I mean, Brighton looked pretty good against us, but I think Real struck when they went away. Newcastle, like this guy Sulu up front, he looks pretty handy.
Maybe I can get a refund on Wissa and just start as a Sulu guy.
You always bring Wissa up.
Or maybe get a refund on Walter Made then.
This was a good result for us. Not that it mattered.
150 million back in the bank,
We actually had a shot of top 6 before we played because of this result. It was a really good result for us, but it didn't matter. So.
Wolves 1, Sunderland 1.
Yeah, this was a decent result for Wolves, I think, who pretty much peppered them. And couldn't
they played this game on the sand.
Sunderland.
They played on sand.
Sunderland. I've never seen a team more beached than Sunderland.
They played this game on. They were playing futsal in bare feet in this game. No one cares. They have a little kickabout, like whatever.
They're actually they're a contender to get absolutely smashed in the next few games. We've got last game of the season
until Chelsea come call in, and then they'll do us over. So.
By the way, reduced price for the coach, £15 if you fancy Sunderland away.
Yeah, good.
On the last game of the season, Chris.
Have fun,
you'd be back in England for that, won't you? Get a quick coach out to Sunderland.
I bet. Do you know what? I barely stomach watching them on the TV.
You'd have to pay me more than 15
quid.
Yeah.
Maybe to watch those clowns.
I'd have been absolutely all over that a few years ago. Sunderland away for 15 quid.
When we were good. When Tuchel was manager.
No, I don't need us to be good to go watch us, mate.
Yeah.
Arsenal 3, Fulham 0.
Yeah, this is a go for it. I mean, Arsenal have got all the easy fixtures we had. They've got more at the end of the season, so they're probably like Gyökeres probably might get a few more goals. I mean, he's on 14 for the season. That's one before Pedro. I know Craig, you were very critical of Gyökeres, but I think he's just sort of the games are kind of catching up with him.
Chris,
look, and penalty Palmer is living off penalties, isn't he? From the first season.
Yeah, but João Pedro is not who you just compared him to.
Yeah. No, but I'm talking about goals scored, though. I didn't say
it's a better narrative.
Anyway, I'm going to police it here. Saka looked good, and that's good. That's ominous for non-Arsenal fans, but it's good for the World Cup, though, to be fair. If Saka's back on it, he looked a lot better in this game.
He's back in my fantasy team, Saka, That's the main thing.
Fulham were dreadful. The silver guy.
I had hopes. Who did Arsenal play at home before this? Newcastle?
I mean, they were rubbish in this game.
I had hopes that Arsenal would slip up. I mean, they're walking it. I mean, it looks like they're going to walk it.
I think Fulham had a few injuries in this game as well, right? I think they had some players out.
Did they?
Yeah, I think so. Bournemouth 3, Crystal Palace 0.
Get absolutely lasered at Bournemouth. They're so good. I enjoy watching this little chap Groupie, yeah? He's very handy and right. I mean, this guy Bournemouth, I know he's leaving, the guy in charge of the recruitment. He's been there 15 years. He's done a great job. They're very, very entertaining team to watch. Another good win. Palace are very much waiting for their next game. So.
On the beach, mate.
Palace
beach.
On the beach. Right, speaking of irrelevant games, also Manchester United 3, Liverpool 2.
This was a great game to watch. I thought United played them pretty well, actually. Liverpool pretty dangerous actually in the second. I mean, Liverpool were dreadful in the first half. I mean, as bad as I've seen them all season. But second half, I thought they were better. But I United obviously invested a lot in their attack, paying off. I think Sesko's actually turning out to have quite a good season with the goals in the end.
Well, it's nice to be able to handball it in.
Shesko.
Yeah, it's so hard to see that, but it looked like it came off his finger, didn't it?
I've heard people say it's quite hard to see, but then maybe did they not show that the replay in game of that one?
I watched two replays, and the first one it didn't look like he handballed it, and the second one it looked like it did. So I don't think it was that obvious.
He pushes it in with his fingers. I mean, it's crazy.
It kind of comes up and it kind of touches him, doesn't it?
He's got 11 league goals, mate.
Yeah, very good actually.
Yeah. He was definitely a great signing for United, Sesko, especially with his age. He's got a massive ceiling. I know, obviously, a lot of clubs were in for him last summer. Right, Villa 1, Tottenham Hotspur 2.
I mean, this is an absolute disgraceful result.
Gallagher screamer though, love it.
Yeah, that was a great goal from Gallagher.
Good on Connor. Good for you, Connor.
I mean, Villa looked like they were literally waiting for the game to start on Thursday. Looked like they weren't even bothered. I mean, the fans are booing them off. It was an absolute disgraceful performance.
We can't really complain too much. I mean, look how much Forest played their literally D team and we got peppered. So
I know.
You can't complain Villa that much.
I mean, Villa in general. I mean, I know they've lost.
Yeah, they're lucky. They're lucky to be as high up as they are. But to be honest, I'm over that. It's like Chelsea should be a bit higher in the XG table. But to be honest, no. We deserve to be better. We're rubbish. Like. Yeah. If you're underperforming XG,
don't let the results bring you down, Brady. Just try and
the thing
of an analytical
just quickly,
mind.
Underperforming in XG also indicates that you don't have good players. By the way,
correct.
That's
true.
Proven to be incorrect, actually, statistically. We won't dive too much into that. But that is.
Is that the old Daniel Finkelstein managers aren't worth their salt, yeah? Or it's obvious we're going to build the best team in the world, yeah?
Quick breakdown for you, because you obviously... I'll just quickly run it through.
For the idiots.
Quick breakdown, but XG is an average.
0.05 shots per Chelsea,
and Chelsea will be one of the better teams. And Chelsea will be one of the better teams.
I know how she's calculated, mate.
But Chelsea will be one of the better teams that would be inputted into.
You're bringing out tables that were like 18 points under EV. Where are you getting that from?
Sorry?
You brought out a table the other day that were 18 points under EV or something. That's rubbish.
There's lots of expected points models, but that is one of the ones that I like to use. Yeah, that we're 18 points under EV.
The blue coat one.
Blue coat one. Yeah.
It's all blue. It's all blue.
The blue coat adjusted, yeah.
Exactly, blue coat adjusted. That's it. The XG's for idiots. Chelsea 1, Nottingham Forest 3. We've covered. Everton 3, Man City 3.
Game of the weekend. What an absolute rubbish result. But what a game that was. This was exciting to watch. I thought Everton in the first half were pretty solid. Actually, obviously Doku scored he got a couple of worldies in this. But Everton was solid as a rock, and I thought they were going to come out second half and nick a draw. But they came out and put on a real show. And I thought some really good performances from obviously their wingers were really exciting. Roll, Dyer, Dewsbury Hall, and that sort of 10. And Beto was causing problems, and obviously Barry came on. I thought they were really, really good. And I really like this. I'm never going to get his name right. Eric Boonham in midfield. I think he's really looking like a really good player for them.
What happened to Idrissa Gueye for
Ghana?
He's
ancient. Yeah, he does play a lot.
He plays what?
I didn't see him even on the bench.
He's injured. He was
injured. He played most of
the time. Obviously Grealish is injured and drunk. So.
Not necessarily in that order.
Everton away, people sort of wrote this game off for City as like it being like not as tough as it is. Monday Night Football away at Everton is, that's about as tough as it gets in the Premier League, I think.
Their defence is Mickey Mouse. I don't know how when they concede the 3 goals.
But they defend in their low blocks so well. Like, you've got to give them a lot of credit.
Moyes is
I think City had like 88% possession in the first 25 minutes, but didn't have a shot on goal. I mean, you've got to say it's pretty impressive.
To be honest, Everton's defence is like pretty poor. They've been massively overperforming.
Individually, they're poor. Individually, they're poor. Yeah.
We talk about XG. They've overperformed by 10 goals as this. So just
but this sort of game suits them where they're kind of really compact and then they expand like for counters. Like a lot of games when they're like having to be more expansive. It's also not in Forest. Then they get picked off quite easily, and that's why their results are so poor. This is a suitable game for them.
Anyway, unfortunately, that means that Arsenal are down to 1.2 to win the Premier League. So we're bracing ourselves for the worst.
Come on, West Ham!
On for the double.
Up the Hammers!
Champions League as well,
Check on the old Arsenal score.
Let's have a little
0-0. What a shocker!
0-0. That's a familiar score for Arsenal.
Declan Rice free kick in extra time. That'll do it.
Anything else, guys? Before we go, I think we've covered a lot.
There's not any more games, are there?
It's been a real roller coaster. I've got a real education on contracts, probation periods. I've got to go back to the drawing board, but yeah, it's been good.
Got a nice easy one at Anfield next. What are you saying?
Oh yeah. Is it going to be 3 or 4-0?
I'm sure this mid-block at Anfield's going to look good.
Exciting to see what McFarlane's got ready for Saturday at 12:30. Very excited about that. Okay,
the goals have started going in now, so let it pour.
The goals are flowing. Yeah. See if we've got any more bicycle kicks in our locker. All right, thanks very much, guys.
No problem.
Cheers.
That's all we've got time for today, regardless of the result. We will be back for more for more updates on all things ESCR. You can follow us on X @EatSleepChelsea and Instagram @EatSleepChelseaRepeat. As always, we hope you're carefree wherever you may be, and thanks for listening.